Hello and welcome to Embarrassing for No Reason, the podcast. My name is Sam Darliston.
Hello, and I'm Tatum McGreal. Welcome in to Embarrassing for No Reason. If you are new here, this is the safe space Sam and I have created on a weekly basis to discuss things in life that are embarrassing for no reason. It's the day-to-day things that gently mortify us. And if you're watching this on YouTube, you might see that Sam is looking a little bit bronzed this week. Wow, someone's been away.
I have been away,
Espanol.
Espanol, sí, claro. I went on holiday. I went to Primavera Festival in Barcelona.
Oi.
And then stayed in Tarragona, just down the coast. Lovely little bit of Spain.
Did you have a good time?
I must say. I had a great time, right? I had the best time. I was with all my friends. Had a really good time at the festival, really good time on the holiday. But had my phone stolen. I realised that this is my 5th trip to Barcelona and I've had 3 phones stolen.
You have?
Out of the 5, yeah.
Are you joking?
Last year's Primavera is the only one, I think, in like recent times where I haven't had a phone nicked.
I didn't know that.
At that point, I'm kind of like,
Nice,
eyes
your
have
fault at this
got
point.
me on me a bit.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Silly Billy from you.
Silly Billy, honestly. It's happened a few times.
We won't get into yet how the phone got stolen.
No.
We'll save that for later on.
Save that for later on. But yeah, I've come back phone free. Didn't have a phone for 9 days.
Mm-hmm.
The worst part of it all was I was sending messages. Well, I was thinking I was going to be receiving loads of messages on WhatsApp and everything like that. Mm-hmm. And today was the first time I've had access to WhatsApp. It's been that long. And I messaged people like, hi, sorry, if you've messaged me in the last 10 days, I haven't like seen anything. Some of my dearest friends, and they were like, I haven't messaged.
Yeah, nah.
Haven't actually messaged you, mate. And I'm like, oh, okay, no worries. But you were good? Yep, good. Okay, sweet. But yeah, and also, not only that, it was mortifying, but I've come back with sinusitis.
I know,
right?
you are sounding a little bit stuffy
Nasal.
in the old nostrils.
So nasal. So I'm on antibiotics, yeah, because of something that I caught from an aircon unit. And I'm like, that.
Do you know what that is, son?
Embarrassing for no reason.
No, I was going to say your age.
My age. Is there a certain age where you can't have aircon?
Well, you can't hack a festival like you used to.
No. This was post-festival.
Oh.
I've caught this from my friend's auntie's villa's house from the aircon unit.
But I'm blaming your immune system's
Being
down.
down from the festival.
Exactly.
Could be that.
Do you know what? It was so weird not being able to speak to you for like nearly 2 weeks. So like you say, we were communicating via a pal. And then when you did get back, I ended up giving you my old phone because I've had this phone, right? It's an iPhone 12. It's been sat in my drawer for no joke about 4 years. And I was like, it's gathering dust. Do you know what? I'm a good friend. You can have my phone.
That was very sweet and very necessary as well. Because like I'd have been screwed if I had to get a phone like on top of how much I've just spent on a nearly 2-week trip.
Yeah.
I'd have been done for. Let me get the phone though, because obviously the phone comes with baggage because it's from Tatum. Bear with. Hold the line, caller.
Do you know what I was, whilst Sam gets the phone, I had this like internal panic because when you do a factory reset on an iPhone, because I wanted to clear everything from this phone, I was panicking thinking, what if my stuff, welcome back.
Thank you.
What if my stuff hasn't deleted? So I've given Sam my old phone with a load of content on there that I do not want Sam to see.
Tatum's nudes.
But it's not even nudes. It's like stuff in my hidden folder on my phone. It's basically got like pictures of like me before I had laser hair surgery on my face. So it's like my whiskers on my chin, like the hair on my cheeks and chin. And I was worried that he's going to see all me before and afters from laser hair removal.
That's mad, isn't it?
God, were there anything?
Most people are worried about nudes. You're worried about your beard hair.
Whiskers.
You are a character.
I'm one of a kind.
But no, nothing. Absolutely nothing. I did check.
Good.
I did have a look. And then it was quite a shock because I saw my hidden folder.
Oh, we're all connected then.
I was like, oh, yeah, it's not Tatum, that's me.
Yeah.
But there's nothing important in there, don't worry.
Where's the phone then?
Where's the phone? Right. So Tatum's like, oh, here you go. It's actually an iPhone 12, so I've only downgraded one from where I was before. But it comes with a phone case that is bespoke, right? That is made and it's built into the case. So it's not like, when you put a sticker on a case, you peel it off.
Nah, my sister made that.
This is built into a case. Mm-hmm. And it's a picture of Tatum and 2 children feeding one another with a love heart in the background.
I mean, it is my niece and nephew. Don't make it weird.
No. But it's weird that I have it.
It is weird that really you have it.
Today in Vodafone, when they were setting up my new SIM, I could see him like looking down at it like, oh.
This is wife and kids.
Wife and kids. Literally wife and
That's
kids.
my niece and nephew. That's Reese and Eve. Oh, bless them.
It's very cute.
That's how old the phone is though, because I think
Eve's 25.
Exactly. Anyway, let's go back to embarrassing for no reason.
Yeah.
So like we say, it's the things in life that embarrass us for no reason. Please can I start?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think there's anything more embarrassing than when you get an email sent round at work being like, oh, there's free food in the office. Go and help yourself. And when you head to said buffet table, there's absolutely jack shit left.
Nah.
It's so awkward, especially when it's like in the office and you're sort of the food table is surrounded by office workers. So it's like in and amongst people working. And you pluck up the courage to go over to the desk to pick up some free food. And there's a couple of crisps and an olive left.
Cheese
and
onion.
Yeah, and I'm like, where's the food? And like, sorry, you've missed it. And I'm like, and then you got to walk back empty-handed. Nah, there's nothing worse.
Or you see like them dry sandwiches cut into quarters. They get drier when they're cut in quarters. You know what I mean?
It's curled over at the crust.
The ones that they get in, like they get them on a big platter and they think it's really bougie.
Yeah.
You get there, it's just like this really dry tuna cube. And you're like, nah, not for me. Yeah, that's a good
so
one.
Embarrassing. I don't know why it shouldn't mix. It's just like, oh, there's no food left, whatever. But to me, because I've plucked up the courage to go over in the office in the first place, it just feels like a massive deal.
Yeah.
And it's just mortifying.
I hear you. That's a very, very good one. My one is another thing that happened to me this week while I was out and about. Didn't have my charger for my electric toothbrush. Have you ever used your electric toothbrush with no charge?
It's the worst.
It feels illegal.
It does.
It's horrible. It's when you can feel it running out as well, so you start going softer. And you like trying to cheat it. Like, I reckon I could last the full 2 minutes here. I reckon I can wait till the
Nah.
But nah, and then it drops dead, and then you've got like another minute left. But like, I'm not going to put toothpaste on another toothbrush. I'm gonna keep going with what's in my mouth here. But you never realize how small the bristles are until you are left alone with just the bristle and no power.
Honestly, because that toothbrush head is well small, isn't it? It's so tiny. And then when your toothbrush has died, I feel like my teeth are getting dirtier. Like nothing's being clean.
Just dragging it across.
And then it's like, oh,
it's just doing that across your mouth.
I'm putting all the work in it and nothing's happening.
Honestly. It makes you miss manual.
It does.
I'm like, get me a manual right now. You always need a backup manual. That's what I've learned.
Have you not got a backup?
I have a backup manual at home. I didn't pack my electric and my backup manual. I just packed my electric without charger because, of course. And yeah, it was horrible. That was horrific. That is embarrassing for no reason. And when people see you doing it as well, like, you know, if you have an open door policy with your, do you brush teeth with people?
I live alone, so no.
Producer Tom, do you ever brush teeth with people?
I have.
Yeah. I think I'm quite frequent. I reckon I brush teeth with people a good few times a week.
Oh, nice. Good for
Yeah,
you.
it's a social event. I'll sit on the bath and just sort of like think about the day.
Oh, I've got FOMO. Invite me next time. Or call me when you're brushing your teeth.
Brushing teeth with people is lovely. If I call you when I'm brushing my teeth, that is the worst idea.
Oh, yeah, that'd be a hard combo.
Hello.
Can I add to the electric toothbrush, actually? When it goes off in your bag. I saw that happened to someone coming into work the other day and we were passing on the stairs. And as I was walking past him, his bag was vibrating. It sounds sus, doesn't it?
Yeah.
What have you got in there?
Yeah, it's my electric toothbrush. Yeah.
Well, yeah, to be fair, I'm going to assume it was his electric toothbrush.
Hey.
He didn't pull it out.
Hey. Well, yeah, that's a good one. That's always when you're going through security at airports as well.
Does she do it?
Sweet toothbrush.
It's hot, innit?
It's unbearably hot. Like so warm. And I've just come back from Spain and it's too hot here. Because it's not a nice heat in the UK, I don't think.
Nah, it never is because the UK is not built for decent weather.
No.
It's like when you're abroad, you've got, you know, your hotel room that's got aircon in, as you know, because you've got, what is it, sinusitis from it. There's pools there, you know, there's a beach on your doorstep. But here,
Can't get in the Thames.
oh, we can't be getting in the Thames. And getting on that horrible, stuffy, hanging tube in this heat. It's absolutely feral. Well, apparently next week in London, of course, because it's only hot in London in the UK. Highs of 33, mate.
Horrible. Like, I couldn't think of anything worse than being stuck in London when it's 33. Do you remember the year when it was 40 or whatever it was, record temp?
Do I?
I had to leave. I left.
Where did you go?
Have I never told you about this? So I left London. I went to the train station and I was
what,
like,
you just packed your bags and went?
yeah, I was like, I am going to Edinburgh. I was like, no matter what happens here, I'm going to Edinburgh. I've never been to Scotland. I'm going to Edinburgh. Went to the station, packed a bag, put on a Hawaiian t-shirt because it was that hot. I had nothing else, Hawaiian shirt. Got to the train station and there was no trains to Edinburgh. Or like, no, the tickets were 100 and something pounds.
Oh, yeah.
So I was like, right, where else is it 10 degrees cooler? So I went to Brighton. So I got a ticket to Brighton for like £25 because it was 10 degrees cooler. It was like 30 instead of 40 degrees. I was like, sweet.
Every little helps.
Chatting to someone in the train station. I must have told you a story.
You haven't?
I was chatting to this woman in the train station for a bit and like just telling her that story. And she was like, oh, nice. Like, that's really cool. And then she came and found me again like 10 minutes later and was like, any chance I could just, I'm a journalist. Can I just use this like chat just to like talk about the hot weather in the UK? And I was like, yeah.
Only you. Honest to God, you're mad.
I was like, yeah, absolutely. So I just chatted to her a bit more about it. And then I found out at the end she's from the New York Times, right?
Really?
Covering the British heatwave. And I was like, I've done a really good interview there. She's going to love this. She mugged me off. Wait, let me find you this.
No way.
She had me. She absolutely had me left, right and centre. It was like, basically, it looked like I hated my job. Let me find it. Let me find it.
Do you know what's mad about you as well? This isn't the first time that you've been in the paper, and I'm not once again going to blow your load here because you've got multiple I've been in the paper stories. Like, why does this? Yeah, Caterpillar.
Oh yeah, the
I mean, like I say, I'm not going to tell these stories now, but obviously, yeah. So what did she say?
Okay, so here's the article she published in 19th of July, 2022. Saskia Solomon is her name. Didn't know that. Never got her name.
Big up Saskia.
No, not big up Saskia.
Yeah, mug him off.
She's made me look right now.
Dick.
So the article is a picture of Brighton Beach being really full. And it says, despite warnings to avoid travel, Britons flock to the sea to beat the heat.
Oh my God.
Right. And then it goes.
That's good.
And then here's me. So it says, Sam Darlaston. And then quotes, all this morning I was scrolling through looking at where it was colder in the UK. To be fair, that might be what I said.
That's definitely true.
Darlaston, a radio host who booked his ticket an hour before the train's departure, said he'd nearly gone to Edinburgh, which was cooler than London, but that would have cost him £120. So all of this is legit so far. And then it says, I realised we could go to Brighton and get a good deal with my rail card. So I thought, sweet, I'll do that. I never said that.
That sounds like something you'd say, though.
And then it says, for a few Londoners, the answer was to head to the beach. Sam Darlaston took a midday train from Victoria Station to the seaside resort of Brighton and made the impulsive decision to take the day off work before the train departed.
Cheeky bugger.
I don't barely work. It would definitely work. I just potter around.
You only work 2 days a week as it is.
Honestly. And then it says, Mr. Darlaston, a radio show host, wearing a Hawaiian-themed shirt, said he was glad not to be in a stuffy studio. It says, I thought I might have to work, he said, and sometimes at work you have to wear a trouser and shirt if you're interviewing someone.
You've never worn.
Have you seen me in trousers?
You've never worn trouser and t-shirt in your life. Are you joking? Yeah,
a stuffy studio as well. I was like, she's going to get me this. Thankfully, it's been 3 years now. I can talk about it, but like
that's his joke.
As soon as I saw the title, despite wanting to travel,
she's
flocked to the sea to beat the heat.
Had you with your trousers down?
Had me with my Hawaiian shirt open, my trousers down.
Oh, that's gold, mate.
I know.
Brilliant.
So I am in the New York Times, but for a bad reason.
Yeah. Circling back, it is hot. So are you booking a trip to Edinburgh? Or?
No. I'm sticking it out this time. I think.
You are.
I'll stick it out with you all. Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
My flat gets so bloody hot.
What a hero.
I know.
So what's been going on in the world of embarrassing for no reason? Well, Pitbull's been here. You've missed that. Oh my God, you went away at the wrong time, sir. Pitbull's been here. And can I just say, the Pitbull gig that I went to, which was at the Co-op Live in Manchester, first time I've ever been, cracking arena. Honestly, I'm going to say one of the best gigs of my life.
Really?
No, genuinely, I'm going to say top 3. It
really?
was euphoric. Like, it sort of reminded me of the marathon where you see human beings at their purest form.
Do you run the marathon?
I've run it twice, mate.
Have you?
Yeah. It's like people...
Yeah. Oh, you know what I can link this to? You know what I can link a bald man shouting Mr. Worldwide 305 whatever to the marathon I ran 2 months ago.
You're missing the point here.
Go on.
Did you fight?
I nearly did a Pitbull. You're right, yeah. But what I mean is, like, collectively, like, if you haven't seen this on socials, I mean, where have you been? But everyone who went to the Pitbull gigs across the UK would congregate dressed as Pitbull. And it's like not a thing of like, oh, you're going to dress as Pitbull, you're going to dress as Pitbull. We just did it. And like everyone was just in pure joy. Pitbull's got bangers. I knew every single song he did. We were up on our feet, dancing. I had the time of my life. No pun intended.
Great. Okay. Well, there you go. There's the plug for Pitbull's next tour.
Yeah.
But, right. So as you said then, everyone dressed as Pitbull, which included you. I've seen the footage and I can't wait to talk to you about it. Firstly, did you see the girl that actually shaved her head?
I heard about her, yes. Commitment to the cause, respect
How
it.
is she today? That's what I think.
Yeah.
Like everything's a
Full
good
of
idea
regret.
on the day. How is she now after 4 days of hair growth? You know, it gets really like your hair just starts coming through.
I know.
Secondly, right, you dressed as Pitbull, which means that Tatum put on a bald cap, drew on a mustache.
Yeah, of course. Little goatee.
Wore a suit.
Wore a full suit, yeah, blazer. I also wore the glasses as well.
Right, let's talk through
Shit flickers.
practicalities. How was it? Like, how was it being at a gig with a bald cap?
Tight on my head, can't lie.
Was it?
Sweaty, yeah. It was like suffocating.
Did you commit the whole night?
Yeah, of course.
You didn't take it off?
I even went to a McDonald's drive-thru in it.
That's mad.
I know, the Mackey's guy loved it.
Did he?
But again, because like everyone basically that rocked up to Mackey's.
Did he know that you were being Pitbull?
Yes, I imagine so.
No, because he could have thought you'd been Phil Mitchell. Or like,
Yeah.
other famous bald men.
Nah, I'd seen a few because he said to us, he was like, I've seen a few looking like you tonight. I was like, yeah, we're getting stuck in.
See, it's kind of like Halloween.
It
but
is.
It's just pure Pitbull.
Yeah, that's what I mean. There's like no shred of like embarrassment, like I feel cringe, I feel the ick. Nah, I was loving it. When we were driving there, I had my head out the window. Like, all right, lads, yeah, Pitbull tonight.
Mad.
Yeah.
Mad.
I embrace my inner bloke.
Good.
Which you know I like to do.
Yeah, you do like to do that, and that's good. And you know, I am sold. I would like to go.
You'd love it,
Next time he
honestly.
tours.
I know you're into your quirky music, and Pitbull might be a bit beneath you, but when I tell you,
Pitbull is not beneath anyone. Like, I feel like
Thank you. He's not.
he rises with everyone. Like, I wouldn't worry about that. You haven't just discovered Pitbull. Do you know what I mean?
yeah, I made him
Me
cool.
and producers, innit?
I made him mainstream.
Sorry if you just made Pitbull mainstream. I don't know who you think you are, honestly. We touched then briefly on exercise.
Oh, because I did the marathon.
Yeah, you talked about the marathon for a change. Did you see the naked bike ride?
No.
So this happens every year. There's a naked...
Does it?
Yeah, there's a naked bike ride through London, right? And this year I feel like more than ever, I've seen it everywhere. I've seen like more people getting involved with it. There's a lot of like, you know, like people that do this whole naked week thing about becoming better about being comfortable being naked.
Well, that's nice.
All the time.
The message behind that is cute.
Yeah.
The practicality
Naked
of
bike ride.
getting on a bike. Can you imagine? Balls to the seat. That must be art.
It must be, yeah. Or even like for you.
Even fan to the seat. Yeah, you're right.
Fan to the sea.
That's awful. No, I don't think I would participate.
Would you not?
No. Because it's not even just like your bottom bits. For a woman, it's your top bits and all over gaff. Especially at my age.
How fast do you go? It's not on one of them bikes where you lean forward.
A spin bike. So they're commuting through London in public so people can see them in the nudie.
It just happened on Saturday.
Is it not illegal to go naked in public?
No, it's totally legal.
Is
apparently.
it? Why did I think it was illegal?
I read the terms and conditions. You don't have to pay to be on it. You can do it whatever you want. Just grab your bike and join. There's like loads of different starting points. And like, I feel like because it's an organised naked thing, it's legal.
See. So I couldn't just do it, you know, on a whim.
No. But would you feel weird if would you go and watch?
Out of curiosity, maybe. You're right.
I don't know if it's weirder to watch or be part of.
Good point. Because if you're part of it, it feels like you're a part of a movement.
Yeah.
Whereas if you're going to watch, I'm getting the word.
Yeah, a bit of a perv.
Perv.
Right. Yeah. So
You give me the energy of someone who would do it.
Well, I didn't do that, but I did do some naked activity this week. So
you're full of stories today. I can't keep up.
No, this one's actually too much.
So you got naked?
I did, but that's not even the headline of this whole story, right? So me and my mates were in Tarragona, as I was saying, near the beach. We went on a hike through a forest. And through this forest, there was like all these signs saying, "You're approaching a nudist beach." And we're like, do we just go down and like, you know, sit on there? Like, you don't have to be nude at a nudist beach. But we're like, should we just go down there and like, you know, be at the beach anyway? And like, if
you fancy it, get your
kit off. And there'll be a few new people and like, I wonder what they're all up to. Could be quite interesting. So we did the hike and we ended it at the nudist beach. We got to the nudist beach. We hadn't seen anyone naked yet. And obviously we're all a bit immature. And everyone was going like, is there anyone naked? Is there anyone naked? And I spotted someone naked. I was like, oh, I've just seen the first naked person. And I was like telling my friends, like, oh, who was it? What was it? And I was like, oh, it's a man. And like, they were trying to get me to describe him. And I started describing him. I was like, he's this tall, sort of like hippie-ish looking Spanish man. And then my nose, just out of nowhere, started gushing blood. And everyone was like, are you nervous? Like, is it excitement? What has happened? Why is you? Obviously, I found out now I've got sinusitis. But everyone was like, why? Are you
so overwhelmed, you know? That's it.
What have you just seen? The Spanish
you
blood?
Got shy.
Gushing blood. Like, it was awful. And because we just prepared for this hike, no one had packed any tissues at all. Not one person packed tissues. I was like, what can I do to stop the bleeding? And then one of the girls in the group, she was like, well, right, I have a tampon. I know. Your phone was a paid actor there.
Yeah, it was.
Tatum just dropped her phone.
Oh no, that's my new phone and all.
Yeah, careful. So she was like, yeah, I've got a tampon. Will that do?
Tampon.
So I was like, yes, fine. If it stops the bleeding, let's do it. I took the tampon off her, I put it up my nostril, and it did stop the bleeding. But then I bled for so long that they were like, oh, we're not waiting up the top anymore. Like, you're just going to have to walk along the nudist beach with the tampon in your nose.
Oh my God.
So like, obviously we're walking onto a beach. I'm topless, but got shorts on. Everyone's sort of in like beach wear for us, but everyone else on this beach is pure stark bollock, stark fanny, stark whatever, naked.
In the nud.
Yeah, in the nud.
You've got a tampon up your nose.
And everyone's looking at me. I'm like, you think that everyone would be looking, I don't know, at one another. But everyone is like, who the hell?
Nah, you would look mental.
I've got blood on my chest because I couldn't wash it off until I got to the sea. I've got a tampon on my nose and I'm just walking down the beach.
Did it not expand in your nose? That's what they do.
Yeah, it did a bit, but like not, but not to the point of like discomfort. Like actually, I think it knew not
Clubbed
to.
It up.
Yeah, it was nice. It was a nice amount. I could still pull it out. But my nose bled for absolutely ages at the nudist beach. And I was like, how embarrassing having to walk down with a tampon up your nose. And then, because there was no bins at the end when we were like packing our stuff, everyone was like, you're not putting that in with like the crisps and the...
and the sun cream.
So we'd gone for a skinny dip, yeah. My nose had stopped bleeding. We'd come back out. We'd got back dressed. And then everyone was like, right, you're not packing that old used nose tampon in with the crisps and the sun cream. And I was like, I can't walk along the beach like just carrying this tampon. So I was like, right. So I dug a hole in the sand.
No.
And then I buried it.
No, you didn't bury the tampon. You horrible, horrible man.
I've never been less proud of one of my actions. I've never been less proud of one of my actions.
Oh, I'm not even going to go environmental here. I'm going to go, imagine the poor sod who's gone to make a pissing sandcastle and they've dug up the sand and your tampon's there.
Do you think people make sandcastles at the nudist beach?
Yeah.
That's the title. That's the title. Sandcastles at the nudist beach. The new album from Lana Del Rey.
Yeah.
I know.
They will think it's been on someone's fan.
I know all of this. It ate me alive, Tatum.
Horrible man.
But I didn't want to pick it back up, and there was like other little bits of like paper and stuff that I'd bled out. I'd bled for ages, right? And I was like, I can't just be carrying this blood for a 40-minute hike back. So I dug a hole in the sand like a dog.
Like a dog.
I buried a tampon.
You're cancelled, I think.
I think I'm cancelled as well.
Horrible. I want to end this segment because we had some really sad news at the beginning of this week about Kim Woodburn,
Oh,
our beloved.
The amount of messages I got that was the day my phone got fixed as well, right? And the amount of messages I got asking if I was all right.
Honestly, you love Kim.
I do love Kim Woodburn, and I always will. And the legacy she leaves behind is unbeatable. And she's such a good judge of character. I'm sorry, I would die on that hill. She was a bit extreme. But like, she had Jamie O'Hara pegged on Celebrity Big Brother. She had him on toast, right? She ate him up with everything she said. And like, I feel like she knows. I felt like she knew a good and a bad egg. And that's a good trait to have.
Should we revisit it quickly?
Excuse me, and you're an adulterer that two-timed your wife and she's got 3 kids. You're talking about decency. Oh, come on, darling.
I just love her way with words. Was just something else.
It's poetic, it's Shakespeare.
It really is.
What was the TV show she was on?
So she was on How Clean's Your House.
That's the one.
And then she was on Celebrity Big Brother. One of my favourite insults from her on Celebrity Big Brother was there was this loud woman. She said, like, I think like the woman was being loud and Kim was like, well, who can't hear you? Make a wonderful town crier. I just think that is just 10 out of 10. You don't hear enough like town crier insults. As if that's the job. That is actually still a job as well in many parts of the UK. Town crier. Mad.
I remember that when
I'm mouthing off, innit? You little town crier. But that's what I mean. She leaves behind an amazing legacy and just absolute queen of the world.
God rest her soul. We will miss
State
you, Kim.
funeral, if it was up to me.
So as we briefly discussed at the beginning of the podcast, Sam got his phone robbed at a festival, didn't you?
It's always going to happen at some point, wouldn't it? I've never lost a phone at a festival or been robbed at a festival. And I feel like I've got the vibe
Oh, yeah.
of someone that's easy to rob at a festival. And I was.
You were.
I was. Someone went into my bum bag, took not just my phone, but mine and one of my friends' phones.
I bet she loved you for that.
Yeah. So I was looking after both phones at that point.
So I thought we would dedicate this week to festivals, as you've been to one. I went to Lido Festival last weekend to go
She
see
goes
Charlie.
to festivals now. Okay. All
Brat
right.
Summer.
Quirks. Brat Summer, are you late?
Yeah. That's my first Brat Summer, actually, because I've never seen Charlie before. A cracking night out.
Yeah?
Oh, God, yeah.
Nice.
I was living that life.
So, yeah, I bet you were Von Dutch. So my embarrassment for no reason is going to just be that, I think. Just
What, that you had your phone robbed?
getting robbed at a festival and getting robbed the way I did. So we were watching Confidence Man, who do the song, you never used to listen, now you do. I was getting mugged to that song.
Oh,
Isn't that mental? I literally was there. I had my mate on my shoulders and I was like, get up. You never used to listen, now you do. Someone's there behind me like a thief from Oliver Twist. Like 2 phones straight out,
Swiped.
gone, right? I didn't notice till the end of the set. So at least they swiped me quick. And they left me with my wallet and
bless them.
even the
That's nice
charger for the phone, but no phone.
That's sweet,
That was a
isn't
bit of
it?
a kick in the teeth, actually. That bit.
Yeah, muggy.
That's harsh.
Well, because you had someone on your shoulders, that would not be good for someone like me who is 4'11", because my embarrassing for no reason is just being small at a festival.
Can't see.
Can't see a bloody
Can't
thing.
see. Can't get through the crowd.
Disagree on that.
Oh, right, okay.
Because I think when you're smaller, you can sneak through.
Oh, okay, fine.
Because you don't really make that much commotion.
No.
Because you're like under people.
People are like, what was that coming past?
Yeah.
Did you feel that? No. It's just you rattling towards Charlie XCX.
Sneak through the cracks. But yeah, unfortunately, I couldn't make it to the front, so I can't see shit. And I would raise that as well. So being a really small person at a festival, but then also being the tallest.
I'd rather be a
bloke
small
in the
because
room.
I hate tall people at festivals.
No offense,
Fuming
but
at
I'm
them.
just like,
when
move.
one comes and stands in front of you. But it happens to me, people tap me. I'm not even that tall, but people tap me and go like,
Yeah, you're not even 6 foot,
just
are you?
I am 6 foot on Hinge. I used to be on Hinge. They'll be like, right, just move a little bit to the left.
5'11" 3/4 or something.
That's my doctor's height. But whenever I leave the house, I have shoes on, which means I am. Huh.
You know.
But yeah, people, I'm not trying to just join in, right? People do ask me to move at festivals, but now it looks like they don't. Fine.
They don't.
I'm a small man.
Yeah, you are. It's all right. Short king. We love it.
I'm not.
So tall people, I'm sorry, but if you could politely move, that would be fantastic. So embarrassing for no reason at a festival. Should we get into the voice notes? Thank you so much for sending them in. It's at EFNR Podcast if you ever want to get in touch. Shall we start with Meg?
That horrible awkward shuffle when the festival finishes and the whole crowd is moving to the same place. It's like your little sheep in a pen. and you're all just doing that little shuffle, trying to avoid that at all costs. And people start singing or chanting like the songs of the artist they've just listened to. I hate it. It's finished, guys. The music has finished. We're not the singer. It's embarrassing now. We've finished that stage of our lives and we're now on our way home. I hate it.
You know what? Chanting is a good thing, I think, in that situation.
I know. I think I am that person that she hates, 100%, if I'm honest.
Because you've got to pass the time. I'm either doing that or I'm thinking of a Simpsons character or like some kind of game like that. Because one time at the end of Glasgow, end of Kendrick Lamar, 2.5 hours just shuffling, got nowhere else, and then just went to bed.
No way.
Just shuffling through the crowd.
Where was that?
They don't tell you about that bit. They don't highlight that bit.
Oh, do the egg? No.
Glasgow.
Oh, at Glasgow. Oh my God, now you put me
2.5 hours
off.
on the final night, just shuffling.
Because it is Glasgow in a couple of weeks, innit? And we was going to go for my big 3-0.
We haven't got tickets.
No, but we were going to go. I'm glad I ain't going now.
No.
I ain't spending me 30th shuffling for 2.5.
You can't shuffle on your 30th birthday.
I expect more than that. Thank you, Meg. Should we go to Lee now?
Knuckle.
Embarrassing for no reason at a festival. It's when you go there to see a certain band or a performer, someone that you really like, but there's all these other bands and performers there, and everyone around you is just singing all the lyrics that they know at the top of their head. And when you don't know that performer or you don't know that song, and you're just dancing, bobbing your head, like trying to fit in, and people are looking at you like, why are you not singing along? Or even worse, when it's the band that you're there to see and they've released a song that you just don't know about.
Yeah, when they pull out some B-side that you never heard of. I hate it when they do that.
I hate that as well. Or they play a new song from their upcoming album and I feel like I have to look around to be like, am I the only one not knowing it? And then you tell that you're not and you're like, thank God for that.
It's the people, though, where they clearly don't know the lyrics, but they'll try and go for it anyway. And it's like...
and I've had enough of that. Yeah,
to you. And they sing every other word.
Me.
Please, is that you, is it?
100%. Without question.
Yeah, I was.
Were you? I bet you were.
Yeah.
I bet you were.
Me go-to.
You've got a Wonderwall energy.
That feels like a horrible thing.
No. Hey, not wrong with it.
Lee, facts, mate. Thank you so much. Jack, what do you find embarrassing for no reason at a festival?
It's got to be anyone who stands in the middle of a mosh pit and does a backflip. It's actually embarrassing. Like, stop being the centre of attention.
Nah, mosh pits, period, are the worst.
I moshed at Primavera.
No, you didn't.
I did properly moshed, yeah. It was just after I lost my phone to a band called Turnstile. I just was like, you know what, I'm going in.
I'm going in. If it ends, I'm ending it.
And it's actually so nice. I thought I'd end up dying in a mosh pit, but it's like it looks worse than it is when you're in it.
It looks like a war zone. I'm sorry, but little me, 4'11" me, bless me, I'm there to have a good time.
I've lost my phone. I was throwing it all kitchen sink in there. Do you know what I mean? I was done.
Nah, I bet you were.
Mosh me, honestly.
Nah, I hate them. Alexa sent a similar voice note to this actually about mosh pits.
Right, you two. The worst, right, the most embarrassing thing is seeing, I'ma say men, I'ma say boys, the girls can do what they want, I'm so here for women's rights and wrongs. The men getting into their mosh pit, prepping, you know, and they're pushing back, pushing the shoulders, they're bending the knees, they're seeing it, they're starting the race, and they begin to jump and the drop didn't even drop. God forbid you have to witness that with your own eyes. I'm sure everyone agrees. So yeah, just mosh pits, like at least try do it when the beat drops. They're embarrassing enough, but get it on the drop, guys. Please, for the sake of God.
I actually think there's two things there. So the first bit she was saying is the mosh pit prep, where like you say, you're doing
ready.
Whoa, you're pushing
Quick, everyone
back,
get back.
and you're making the circle. Grow up. Silly children, silly boys. I'm stereotyping there.
Yeah, tell them as well.
Wow. And then again, when you don't get the drop.
That's across though, like
God.
Even when you're dancing, that's
yeah.
Here we go. Oh, it's awful.
Because normally when it's a festival, they tend to add in a cheeky little extra bit of the song where you thought the drop was and it ain't there.
Yeah.
I even think that with the singers, when they like sing their song in a different note, it's like, stop trying to be quirky. That's not the note I know.
I can't sing along with you if you can do that.
Don't be silly buggers. Alexa, thank you so much. I feel like I've got everything off my chest there. Judah sent a voice note in as well.
What's up, Sam? My embarrassing thing at a festival
Well, the bleeding hell am I? Do I not exist?
Thank you, Jude.
Unbelievable.
Let's hear it again.
How is someone throwing a bottle of wee? Like, have you no shame? Have you no shame? I just can't believe it happens. I cannot believe it happens.
Have you ever pissed in a bottle?
No, but I've had it happen to a family member.
What do you mean?
She's going to hate me for this. So I think I've been to a couple of festivals with my mum recently, one with you last year, right?
Yes.
But prior to that, I'd not been to a gig with her for years. But I swear, right, years ago, I went to see the Pogues in Nottingham.
And the bells are ringing out for Christmas Day?
Yeah, but they have a lot of other good songs as well. They do.
Certainly want to know.
Yeah, I bet. They did do it. It wasn't nowhere near Christmas either. They did do it.
Great.
But someone threw a cup of wee and it hit my mum's head.
Oh, Ruth.
And she had to put her hair in plaits and she was asking us all to sniff her hair. And she was going, is it? And we're like, no, it's beer. No, 100% it's beer. Stunk.
Straight up piss.
100%. Smell like cat's piss. Honestly. And we were lying to her. We're like, no, it's absolutely fine, Mum. It's just beer. Good for your hair. This sounds like my void. All this sort of stuff. And then I was like, nah, like it was 100% beer. Who would throw piss at my mother?
Hey. Well, we'll have you. But who's brave enough to do that?
What, peeing?
Just like get your bits out and just pee. Like, nah.
Oh, as in like peeing at a festival and then pouring it on the floor?
Yeah, but surely they're doing it in and amongst the crowd. So they're getting their Jolly Roger out in the middle of a crowd. Nah,
boys and girls do it all the time, honestly. When you're like far forward for an act, and a big act as well.
How do girls do it? Squat?
Just squat and then everyone comes around them. Everyone like stands around them.
Well, what I'm learning here is I need to get out more, and it's me that's the problem.
I think it's quite common if you're really far forward for an act that you love, and you're like, I'm not leaving this spot, and it's grass beneath nature. But don't put it in a cup and throw it at my mum.
No, you're right.
That's what we've learned here.
You're right. Thank you very much. We're gonna end on Michael.
Oh, when your friend has a festival boyfriend, like when you get like a tag along for the entire time, and it's the worst thing in the entire world. You know what I mean? When your friend just makes a festival boyfriend and you've got like a new friend for the entire time and you're just third wheeling. Or even worse, if you have to like become the festival boyfriend's friend's friend. Does that make sense? Festival boyfriend's friend. Yeah, that's it. You have to like make a new friend that you didn't want to make in the first place.
We had that actually when we went to Charlie over the weekend. So the guy that we were with brought his hinge date with him, which I think is well rogue for a first date as well.
No.
Honest to God. And someone else was like asking them, so how's the date going? And I was like, what are you doing that for, please?
That is the worst first date I've ever heard of.
The worst.
A festival first date.
Because you can't get out then. You're committed.
Not a chance in hell.
Unless you run away from them mid-gig.
Mid-gig.
That would be
meet
snide.
someone else mid-gig and become someone else's festival boyfriend.
Yes,
That's the plan.
Then meeting someone at a gig, like when your pal's like necking on with someone and then they're just with you the whole time, it's like, go away.
Awful.
We only wanted you for 5 minutes, Miss O.
It's time now for us to crown this week's Silly Billy Award. So this could be you, by the way. You could win a mug in the post, genuinely, that says embarrassed for no reason, and I win the Silly Billy Award. That could be yours if you enter next week. Now, this week's winner has told us a story. And the winner is Frankie.
I went to my first ever festival in America. I decided to one of my favourite songs in the world to get up on my friend's shoulders in the middle of the crowd. There was like a group of teenage girls behind us and they started chanting, "Get her down, get her down." Get her down was being chanted behind me and I could hear it, but the person whose shoulders I was on couldn't hear it, and he was just kind of swaying into like singing along to the song and like started to like kind of sway and turn around so I could see the like, because it's nice to see like the crowd behind you, and he just like turns around and then faces the girls that are chanting "Get her down," and I'm just like up there on the shoulders, like kind of happy, but also kind of like, this is really awkward. And I'm like tapping him on the head, like, okay, turn me back round now, please. But yeah, it was embarrassing for no reason.
I'm sorry, what absolute killjoys.
Get her down. Get her down.
I'm sorry, that's the point of a festival. We're getting on people's shoulders. I want to see the cracking view. I'm sorry. That's on them, I
agree.
think.
Don't go to an American festival.
But hearing that in the moment, I would die. I'd be like, get me down, get me down, get me down. I'm going shy.
And the person whose shoulder she was on couldn't hear and just spun around and faced her to
the enemy.
To look at the crowd, yeah.
Oh no. And they were like, nah. Well, Frankie, I think that deserves a mug. So the Silly Billy Award is on its way to you in the post. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Should we wrap it up there?
Should we wrap it up there? Well done.
Thanks.
Yeah, another good week. Another fun time had amongst us all.
You've never given me on the spot feedback before, so that's
really
nice.
good today. Well done, you behaved today. Well done. Yeah, not bad at all. Not too much Phil from you today.
Cracking stuff.
We'll see you next week.
Well, like I say, if you ever want to get in touch with the podcast, it's at EFNR on our socials. You couldn't stop rushing us. It's fine. You can find us on the socials and also subscribe if you've got this far into the episode. Subscribe, give us some love, and
at EFNR podcast on all the socials. I don't know. What do you want from me?
No, you always say rate us 5 stars.
Rate us 5 stars on Spotify. I have noticed them teetering up a little bit. So if that's you, thank you very much. If it's not you, do it, all right? Because it is just nice to get a 5-star rating, isn't it? I feel like an Uber driver. Can I say bye now?
You can.
Bye now.
Love you.